Hello and welcome to AntipoDnD, a show in which a bunch of Australians play Dungeons and Dragons in a setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. I am David, I'm the Dungeon Master. I am joined by Kynwyn, April, Doug and Zindi. Our heroes are exploring the southwestern peninsula of the island of Keldrith. They are aboard an airship they've taken to the skies because they are searching for the lair of the amalgam, which is actually a lot of fun to say. This giant, titanic, if you will, undead dragon-like creature that is threatening the city-state of Providence. They're hoping to track it down, find its lair, slay it before it can regenerate from the injuries it suffered during its last assault. In the process of exploration, they are surveying the area, they are stumbling onto various secrets and hidden locations. So far, they have been assaulted by hungry harpies, and they have dived deep into a sunken cavern where they met and did battle with a juvenile kraken. They defeated it. The beautiful, clear ocean water now mixed with blue blood and probably some ink as well. But they
itself? That's sad.
But they subsequently looted the area and found a great deal of treasure. And last session we left it where I'd basically told them what they had found. The only question now is what do they do with it? I'm assuming they're going to take it all back to the airship. The only question is, do you spill it out onto the deck and say, here's what we found, or are you going to be canny about this?
You're saying that to a team of player characters, good sir.
I heard uncanny. What do we do?
Not uncanny, being canny. Are we going to plop everything on the deck and say, we found these things? Or are we going to play characters and they don't need to know? It's omitting certain truths.
They don't need to know about the magic stuff, surely.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with it?
I'm fine with flopping out the golden shit. Whatever.
Surely we sell it
Suppose if there's any diamonds, we need to pick those out.
Oh, yeah. We're pocketing any diamonds.
We did find some diamonds. Oh, we got the Rod of
did.
Resurrection, though. Yeah.
There weren't any, but yeah, the rod.
Izard certainly wants to look at the magic items. He will be part of the identification process. And he is going to express concern about the trident. He is going to suggest that might be something that it is best for the Academy to take it into its care.
The trident with the self-esteem issues, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the trident that is worried that its job might be to slay the god that it is meant to serve.
That's a lot of baggage for a...
For a stick with prongs on it, yeah. Poor thing.
Whatever.
I mean,
Dagmar
I
wants
don't
some
need
gold, but she doesn't. She likes the armor, and she would like Morzod to have it so that she can doodle on it with her chisel. And she thinks he will look fine and also be protected in it, but that's up to him.
I mean, Morzod is well used to being dressed up upon at this point. So
Morzod, you've also got to hold this Rod of Resurrection.
Right, so we're going to emerge from the waves, Morzod shining in armor with a stick.
Yeah.
Now, I believe the
You gotta attune.
Yeah, the rod requires attunement.
Mm.
I don't think the dwarven plate does, but you'd have to double check that.
Yeah, it's not magic, is it? It's just
It's
good.
just excellent.
I believe it is enhanced. It's not just plate armor. It is.
Enhanced.
You
It's
sent us
dwarven, so
everything.
it's sexy.
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
No, it doesn't need attunement.
Yeah,
Okay,
dwarven plate
cool.
doesn't need attunement, but in addition to a +2 bonus to AC,
Current plate doing just +1?
I think regular plate doesn't have that bonus.
Oh, well, cool. Then I'm definitely going to put
Yeah,
the
let me. Yeah, plate armor. Yeah, plate armor sets your armor class to 18.
Ah, okay.
Dwarven plate will do that and add another 2.
+2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
And-
we're gonna fight a real bad thing.
Yeah.
You need.
Yeah. And in addition, while wearing dwarven plate, if an effect moves you against your will along the ground, you can use your reaction to reduce the distance you are moved by up to 10 feet.
Oh my god, no knockback.
Or less knockback.
Less knockback. Man, I'm about to become... None of you guys play Warframe, never mind.
I do. I did.
Oh, well, I'm about to be Atlas.
Ah, yes. I never actually played Atlas. It's one of the few frames I never got.
I played
think.
Atlas a lot, and he's got no knockback. So I'm there just walking through the shields and stuff, and everyone's like, "We need to take the shields down." I'm like, "What?"
I think
But of
doesn't
course
one
they'll
of
get the knocked
Rhino's
on their ass
abilities, one of Rhino's abilities, give you no knockback as long as it's
Could
active?
be.
Anyway,
Yeah. Sidetrack.
so there's the dwarven plate, which
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's just going to. It'll fit Morzod, but it'll leave his midriff exposed.
Of
Good.
course. That's how that works.
Perfect.
It's sexy.
That's where the plus comes from. Because as we
Okay.
know, the less covered you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Morzod has. Let's just make
Now,
sure
are
that
you plopping that in my inventory, or do I have to go and find it? Because I am
I'll-
bad at
You
that.
should be able to add it now.
I
if you
will
want.
find it for
Oh
you.
yeah, because you changed the thing, didn't you? Because we had that small episode last time where we were like, "Hang on, how does it work?"
Yeah. Did we change it or did?
Doug changed something, and then I
Whatsy.
was able to get the stuff. My homeostasis is absolutely balked, and I am now too warm, despite having been too cold just before. So I'm just gonna take.
Whoops! I added Rod of Resurrection, and it was already there. You do not.
Okay, I'll take 2 dual wielding rods of resurrection.
Yes.
Now, how do I remove one? Delete. There we go. And
I mean, we're going to use 2, so you may as well just leave it there.
so I'm assuming. Well, let's not have you undress underwater. Let's get you.
I mean, yeah.
Let's get you back on the ship. At which point, the question is still: do you show this to everyone else? Do you show the magical artifacts as well as the gold to everyone else? To the
I
captain?
mean, yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna go up there with like a bunch of shopping bags. So
Basically, right? And we can't even hide the hole in the bag of holding, so, like,
Yeah.
there's going to be some questions. But if they've already been confiscated by the Academy, then it's not a problem.
I mean,
Yeah, that's Izad's problem.
You
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Izad's moral dilemma.
Izard believes that the trident needs
Trident's a worry.
needs examination. He has concerns about sentient weapons.
Well, he's taken his share.
Generally, there's sort of ethical issues as well when the weapon's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I'll chat to it. I love weird shit we find at these places. I'll anthropomorphize it.
I don't think you need to. I think that's the problem.
Cool. Well, finally it'll talk back. There's a Helga-shaped hole in my heart still.
So the general idea
Screaming.
is that the captain will be happy for you to take whatever magical items you want, but he will sort of expect that you will therefore not take as much of the gold, as much as of your share of the gold as you otherwise would, basically to compensate the crew.
They did go through some trauma recently.
I mean, sort
I
of
get the
weird,
feeling they're not
but-
used to it though.
They're not. They've basically the airship has been stationed in Providence basically since Providence was liberated some 60 years ago. This is its first true outing. This is the first time it's gone more than a few hours journey away from the city. So this is quite an adventure for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, several of them are already dead.
Only 4.
We've only been in
Several.
2 hexagons. There's like 50 on this screen.
Well, we better get cracking. That's funny. That's good. I get that. I didn't do that on purpose.
Did we leave the Kraken behind? Because that's going to be a very cool skull.
I don't think squids have bones.
Oh, yeah.
As you come back, Captain will say, "Well, it all seemed to be one piece. How'd it go down there?"
Well,
We met a
Vinny
kraken.
got eaten at least once.
Twice.
in fact.
Got eaten twice.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Twice. Was you
Which is
twice?
par for course.
Dagmar will just be pouring money out of the bag of holding at this point. She'll just up and like
And
gush out.
as you're sort of explaining what went on down there, you see the captain will just turn and stare at the gold, and will say, "All right, yeah, good, yeah, Viterica's got swallowed.
Yeah, good,
Good,
excellent.
good.
Yeah, eaten, solid whole. Yep, yeah, good, brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, so you're all okay then, yeah?
I mean, we're all present.
You look fine, yeah."
He's fine. Yeah. No, there's a fish down there that apparently likes coins.
Coins
Whew.
and humans.
Oh, it looks at you, Viterica, and says, "You spotted this place, didn't you?
I did.
What are you going to call it?"
Cool. Did we spot a nameplate on the ship that was wrecked in there?
No, not while you were down there.
All right. Well, in that case, then we will call it. I don't want to call it the crack hole. Or the crack den.
No, I was going to say cracked in, yeah.
And yet it seems like that has happened anyway.
This is just Viterica's musing out loud, right? Crack den feels a little too.
No, cracked in.
I think Crackden has a delightful homey ring to it.
It'll
Happily,
make people stay away in case another Kraken comes back.
yeah, I mean, happily, crack cocaine is not a thing in this world, so crack just means crack.
It's just us. It's just us giggling because we're all.
It's
It's
just
either going to be that or Squid's ward, because it was a baby.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was a
Squidward.
baby.
Yeah,
Squidward.
Squidward.
There were some sponges down there. I did see.
it's delightful down there.
Yeah.
Square? Round? I didn't check.
I
I was
looking at
busy
this
getting you
fun-
out of a squid's beak.
He says,
Fair.
"Just make sure you let Cartographer Zoot know."
With pleasure. I will run down and tell Cartographer Zoot right now that we're going to call it the crack den.
And he says, "That's a stupid name. Why'd you call it that?"
Correct. Because I found it.
Ugh,
Can't argue
fucking,
with that.
fucking humans.
Correct.
You
And I'm
pretty
going to run
much.
out the door.
Man, Zoot is going to have a time.
Okay. So this square hex has been explored, and I just realized I need to do a little bit of maths. It is getting late in the day. Sun is actually relatively low on the horizon. You think you might have the time to explore one more hex before it'll be too dark to see clearly what's happening below you.
Why not? Let's cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Dude,
can
that's
do another, yeah.
All right, and you're following the line, the course
Yeah.
that you charted earlier. All right.
So we just did this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bloop.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it looks like a crack den. Beautiful.
Crack. I spelled it wrong. Cracks. Den. There we go.
Hey.
I have to make sure to not accidentally hit the erase all drawings button.
I'll be fairly devo.
Take some screen caps.
Yeah.
Okay.
People pay April a lot of money to do something like that.
That's right.
She did that for free.
Can I get perception checks, please?
You sure can. Oh wait, no, I didn't log into my character sheet.
24 for Viddy.
20. Let's see what Glow's paying attention to. Not much. 15 for Glow.
Perception. That is a 19, cause proficiency.
Okay. This stretch of the coast seems somewhat unremarkable. It's pretty, no doubt. It is beautiful, this whole area. But you do not see anything that could be anything that could be a cave or a cavern or anything else of interest as you soar over this land. And as you're coming to the conclusion that there's nothing to see in this hex, the sun is now low enough that you think it would be unwise to continue your search in the what is essentially now dark light. So that is the end of the first day of your exploration. Are you all going to long rest, and do you want to keep watch during this?
Dax can do a turn keeping watch. She has not suffered any damage during any of these battles somehow.
I got a snooze to reattune, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You
I'll
can
do
do
that
that on
then.
a short rest, right?
Yeah, a short
2
rest
minutes
will
takes an
do.
hour.
But if you
I am low on health, actually. Let's do the long rest. Not
Cool.
low, but I have taken a dent.
You could use more.
Yeah.
I am low on health, so I am going to take a long rest.
Yeah, you better freaking.
Austin's going to go inside of his mansion and snoozle.
Yes, I was going to ask who of you is sleeping inside the mansion and who is sleeping aboard the airship.
In the airship again.
I might jump in the mansion and spend some time in the spa.
Understandable.
It's nice in there.
Yeah, Viddy has not been wet enough today.
No.
Correct. I might even leave
Different
the
kind
cloak on, actually, and just swim in the spa.
I mean, you do need to wash that thing.
Okay, it's not
Nah.
it's not for swimming, it's for bathing, but go off, I suppose.
Okay, I'll have perception checks from anyone who is keeping watch throughout the night,
Alrighty.
please.
Come on, Glow.
Mozart is proper asleep, so he's not doing any.
That's
Oh,
fair.
Dax got a natty 20.
Hot.
Yeah, Glow's not doing well, so.
Does she see anything that could be an amalgam anywhere in the area?
Okay,
Or something that could be fun to name.
Oh yeah. Or like anything shaped like a butt.
so Dagmar, as you're scouring the horizon, it is night, it is pitch black. Your dark vision only goes out like 60 feet, and beyond that, you might as well just be a human. Though the stars are bright and beautiful, there's no light pollution around here to get in your way. It is, you look up and you can get lost in that sea of stars for hours. However, as you do glance to the horizon, you see for a moment, there is a red-orange glow coming from the south, sort of southwest. So, given what you've already seen of the rough layout of this area, somewhere around here, there was a glow. It lasted only about 10 seconds or so and then faded away.
Volcano, maybe.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, that is a tempting little island on which for something to settle. Cool. But I guess she's not going to wake anyone up to tell them that.
Yeah, but apart from that, you do not notice any abnormal activity this evening. And the sun rises. It is another day. You have all rested for long. And you may press that button and reattune to anything that needs reattuning. And a new day of exploration begins. Now,
Yeah, we're so attuned.
if you're following the line, that'll take you a bit inland rather than following the coast. Is that the plan?
Yeah, do we want to go here or here?
No, let's pop inland. That sounds like fun.
Inland does sound fun. Dagmar
I
will
assume-
tell everyone about the glow she saw on the island.
Ooh.
Does the captain know anything, like any stories about that sort of thing happening at sea or whatever?
Is there volcanoes out here?
He'll say, certainly could be a volcano. Got, this whole area is volcanically active, as I understand, so it could be.
Ozod's still looking for nice rocks, by the way.
Lovely.
There are nice rocks, but they're all very, very, very far away at the moment.
Yeah, no, nice rocks within the range of we should probably name those as a landmark kind of thing.
Cool. So, perception checks for this hex, please.
Let's perceive.
27 for Vitaricus.
He's really not doing well. Like
No.
11.
Ready for Morzod's usual low one on this shit as well. Yep, there I am. 10.
Ooh, 28. Dagmar wins.
My perception's always shit, even though I've got a +1. I think that's just a Morzod thing.
I have a +7 to perception and I'm doing garbage, so.
Dagmar, as you're looking around, and you glance up at one point, you see a cloud. That's not unusual. A little bit later, you glance up again. You think the cloud's still there. As in, it's the same cloud. It hasn't moved, or if it's moved, it might be following you. It's some distance away, though. It's probably at least a mile above you.
Shape is it? Is it like a sky whale?
It is elongated like an ovoid, I will say, but it is puffy and cloudy.
I think we're being stalked by a cloud.
UFO cloud.
Now,
Yeah, it's
what
like,
would...
is it the same rough size and shape as a former rock we used to know?
From this distance, it's very hard to gauge its size. It's probably larger, though.
What leads
I'm
you to
still
believe...
not entirely down with clouds as a concept, but like they don't normally stay in the same shape and formation over time, right?
No, you are right on that.
Well, that one is staying the same shape and formation and is, I think, following.
The captain joins you and says, "It is odd." Looks to you, Orsi, and says, "Is there like some magic that could do that?"
I mean, yeah, magic can kind of do anything.
This is a fair point. But why?
Do I have to make some sort of arcana check for
Give-
cloud magic?
Give me an arcana check, please. I can't guarantee this will yield anything.
22.
22. Look, you could make theoretically, if someone studied hard and, they could craft a spell of create phantasmal cloud. But why?
I mean, yeah, like I can create mist clouds that obscure things. I suppose it's not completely different to that, potentially, unless the cloud is sentient, which is another line of questioning.
It's like seriously big, right? Does that look big to you?
I don't know what
for a
sorts
cloud?
of gods hide in clouds. Or a
Captain,
titan? Cloud titan?
Does Morzod know any fun sailor stories about, say, mythical frog deities living in clouds?
history check, please.
Hey.
I now suddenly want to create a mythical frog deity, but it's a bit late for that, I'm afraid.
I mean, there's like 2 of them in Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah.
The cyclone.
Zelda's very into frogs.
It's a Japanese thing. They've got the, but yeah, there's 2 brothers. The one who gives you the wind power and the one who was the cyclone god. And I'm saying this while I'm looking for my history thing. Oh, yo, it's got a -1 on it, but I rolled an 18.
18.
Nice.
Sadly, no.
Rip.
sailors, I mean, there's always talk of, mist and fog and things hiding in the fog on the ocean, but there will be things like ghost ships and, derelict vessels manned entirely by zombies that come out of you, come out of the mist, and ambush you, which is.
And then you fight them and they're made of water and the chick with the mask is in charge of them. And
so maybe there's a ghost airship in the sky, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Do you think it could be Tarthians? Maybe they're using cloud cloaking technology.
Well, shall we signal it? See what happens?
If they were stalking us, do you think they'd signal back?
Well, if they know that we know them.
We try waving.
Go
To
for it.
attack or leave.
Captain
I
says,
suppose we could let it know that we're there.
Captain says, do you know any Tarthian signs?
Jingle all your masks.
that'd be worth learning.
Jingle all the
wouldn't it?
masks.
No, we
Make one catch the light.
weren't really
give me-
paying too much attention to him.
Give me 10 minutes, and I'm going to take Kova Fenn's second mask off my chain of masks, sit it on the deck in front of me, and then ritual cast a Nyrix Major Spectacle as like a giant 30-foot square Kova Fenn's mask as a hello.
The captain says, what the? All right. I don't know what they're supposed. I was talking about flags, but okay.
I know, but I don't know Tarthian semaphore, I'm afraid.
And he says, well, you look at the cloud and it just seems to continue content to be a cloud.
I don't want to send my bird up there. Can't you make some sort of fake illusory bird and send it over? I don't do illusion magic.
Not without us getting closer is going to be the problem. I can make a thing, but then I have to hang out near it.
Dagmar, fire an
my
arrow.
broom?
Can you fire an arrow at it? Is that too far?
I could jump over on the broom. That would
Not
be
a
fun.
mile up. That's a little outside of my scope.
It
I
is
don't know,
way
just all crazy things.
too far for an arrow. And the captain
All right,
says,
off you go
An
on the
arrow
broom.
on that.
Captain says, we could take the ship up there. It's approaching our theoretical ceiling.
I think we should not take the ship up there.
Noted?
I mean, we did see those cloud monsters in the Feywild. So if it's something like that, then I don't want to take the whole ship up. I'd rather just, a couple of us get eaten.
Yes.
Remember those things?
I was living in
Dangling
it.
things, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they
that's
were
right.
very messed up.
But what's one of them doing out here then, if it's one of those?
I
Maybe
mean,
they're
we
visiting.
ended up
Maybe
in the
they're
Feywilds.
I
Maybe
suppose.
they ended up here.
I suppose that makes a bit of sense, huh?
Yeah.
Right,
Also,
off you
like,
go then.
That
On
was
the
that
broom.
metal ship that we met that one time.
Mm.
Oh, it could be the ship.
Yeah, I don't think we want it to be the ship. Do
No,
we?
I don't think
No,
they was
we
very
don't.
happy with us.
No, they were horrible and very scary.
The captain signals to one
Hey,
of
have
the
fun, Viddy.
captain
Don't get
signals to one of the crew. You there? Keep an eye on that cloud.
Me? What, you going on that? All right, fine.
No, I was lending you the broom. I have flown into scary things too many times. I mean,
Okay.
only if you want to. I don't think you should go up there. I think you
I
should
do.
very firmly not go up there.
I'll give it a look at least.
And so is Vitoricus going up to the cloud?
You know, you can send the broom to travel by itself too if we just want to go and poke it.
I don't
Is
wanna
he
go
going up there to do
there.
magic?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just
I
worried that he's gonna get eaten again.
No, if I get close enough to do magic, I'm within
Fleeing?
consumption range. So I might. How long can I maintain a major spectacle?
Because, like,
Up
the
to 10
thingies,
minutes.
you have to be, like, under it to be eaten by the cloud, right? If you're
That's true, I
next
guess.
to it,
I'm next to
maybe
it,
you're
maybe.
fine.
Yeah, but we don't
okay,
know what
so
it is.
Nyrix Major Spectacle, I can maintain for 10 minutes. Is it going to take me more than 10 minutes to get there?
What is the speed of the broom?
Good question.
Let's see. Flying speed is 60 feet, I believe.
All right, let's do some maths. Yay! So
How fun.
let's say it's roughly 5,000 feet away.
Kind
5,000
of
divided
ironic that
by
I got a
60.
degree in that shit, but I do not like it when it comes near my pretendy fun type game.
So it'll take you
It's hard to separate them.
83.3 recurring
If it was calculus, I'd be all right.
turns to get there, which is 6 seconds. So let's multiply that by 10.
Calculus is beautiful.
That doesn't seem right.
Shut up.
Wouldn't that be divided by? I don't fucking know how to do math.
You are the
honestly.
world, so you can just make the call on whether it's going to take 10 minutes.
That's
or
right.
not.
Multiply by 10, then that is the number of seconds. Right. Divided by 60, 13.8 recurring minutes, or 14 minutes to get up there.
All right, so I won't turn myself into a cloud and then just sort of float around with Nurik's major spectacle clouding around me. All right, I'll just float up then. Let's go. 13 whole minutes.
Okay.
With just me in my own head on a broom. This is not
If
what
you
Derek
need
has
to-
signed up for. This is terrible.
If you need to go, then just like
Use
fall
the
off the broom.
ice stone.
That's true, actually. I don't have to be on my own. That's excellent. I can just annoy you guys
Yeah, we
this
can
whole
talk to
time.
you. Yeah,
I got a
Right.
question. Why do we keep sending video on his own to look at this stuff?
because he's the only one who's willing to do it.
The rest of us are more
that.
sensible.
Are you volunteering to go up there, Warzone?
Absolutely not.
Well, then there's the answer to
See?
it.
He's the only one who wants to.
Aussie
Right.
wants to know and doesn't want to go. You and Dags don't want to know and don't want to go. I kind of want to know and I'm happy to go. So I feel like in that sort of grid, I just sort of end up in the quadrant that makes the most sense. A weird political compass, I know, but like wants to know things, willing to get eaten is that sort of upper left quadrant or whatever it ends up being.
I think that we should put some sort of foul-tasting something or the other on, like, Vitericus's clothes.
Yeah. We should
Something
make
like
him
that once.
absolutely disgusting to swallow.
If any of you
Quinine
mix
or
red-
something.
I
Oren,
heard.
Orenala has joined you for this conversation. She says, surely he is already disgusting. He's been spat out so many times.
Ah,
He's
it's
washing
good.
himself.
Good burn, Ornella.
I get it now.
Well done, well done. If any of you mix Vegemite into my bear fat, I will smear it all over you. Please refrain.
I think the bear fat is making you more palatable.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe
it's
I
true.
like it.
Butter or something.
All right,
Yeah.
that's probably
Yeah,
13 minutes.
Orinala, did I? Hang on a minute. I'm just gonna.
I just want to
Right.
let everyone know that we can bring back the broom with the command word if it's within a mile.
More
So
so.
if the broom falls, don't worry.
Never mind.
Okay.
That was a natty one with a -1 for a 0.
What was that?
Oh, look, I happen to know that there's a thing that ants do to make themselves taste disgusting, but Morzod just rolled literally a 0 on his nature check, so he doesn't know.
Okay.
All right, so unless we want to roleplay 13 minutes of me complaining about how I taste.
I
think I
mean,
get
we
that.
could.
Honestly,
Right.
yeah, like it's fun.
But Vitericus, do give me another perception check as you close in on it.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you only see a cloud. And you're coming to the point where if you go much further, you'll probably start to enter into it. You are also finding it, you're not struggling to breathe, but it is cold up here, and the air is getting rather thin.
All right, well, in that case then, I might... It's currently sort of keeping pace with the ship, right?
Yeah.
I assume I've come up on like the flank of this cloud, for want of a better term, sort of moving alongside it as it's going along.
Sure.
I'm going to use my ring of thaumaturgy, spin it up, and pop like a sound of thunder directly, I guess, port of the cloud, unless it's on the other side, in which like basically trying to veer it away from the ship, startle it, for want of a better term.
Okay. The cloud. So there's you all hear from down below. Boom. Though it takes several seconds to reach you down below. And you all see the cloud momentarily actually veer away from Vitericus and then slowly drift back to resume its...
And is he making a friend?
It seems to still be following the airship.
Come on, Vitericus, touch it. With the ice stone.
I mean, while you're that close, you may as well maybe poke
just
it.
chuck a coin into it or
Wait,
something. See if it's solid.
Fine. All right, now, having spun my Ring of Thaumaturgy, I'm going to pull out my deck of non-Tarocca cards and shuffle them so quickly that I prestidigitate a small puff of wind
Okay.
to sort of clear the cloud bank a little bit and sort of see if there's anything inside.
Give me a perception check, please, now that you are basically right next to the edge of this cloud.
26.
Okay. You're peering through, and some of the cloud dissipates for a few seconds. You see a glint of almost something prismatic in coloration, like fine silk spider threads or something like that, and very. It is only for a moment, and then the cloud closes in again, but that is all.
They should have sent a poet. Wait, I am a poet, as well as other things. We're fine. Oh, am I going to go all the way in? I'm here. I may as well.
We can hear you, Vitericus. What are you doing?
Yeah, what's happening up there?
I'm deciding how much I want to risk my life to figure out what the hell this thing is. And as it turns out, it's a little bit more than where I'm at now. Descending.
Oh.
If I don't hear back, if you don't hear back from me, avenge my death. Also resurrect me. We have that rod now.
Anyway, so we can find bits of him, right?
You've convinced me that I should hang around for a bit, so don't fucking let me die this time. And I will descend, but not land, if that makes sense. So I'm sort of going into the cloud bank, but I don't want to land on the silk.
Okay, you go
strands.
up. You slowly go in, and as you move in, you start to get more glimpses of this sort of prismatic. It becomes clear that it's these aren't strands. This is actually a large thing. And as you see parts of it ripple and move, you come to the conclusion it is a living thing. It is a very large creature of some kind, with skin or structure or whatever it is made of. You think that against, in most conditions, it would actually be practically invisible to the naked eye.
Aliens guy.
But it is some kind of very large creature that refracts the light that is striking it. It is
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. It is quite beautiful.
I'd imagine I'm somewhat struck with it. I am, given that I still have, to some extent, Speak with Animals chambered for in case we encounter cassowaries, I am going to ritual cast Speak with Animals.
That ritual cast will take 10 minutes.
Yes, so I'm just sort of going to... I'll jump back out of the cloud bank for 10 minutes, cast it.
Okay.
And then at some point say, hello, friend.
What does ritual casting on a broom look like?
Good question. The components are verbal and semantic. No, somatic.
Somatic.
I mean, there's semantic as well, but...
Yeah.
There is a question over whether you can ride a broom with just your legs, because you are using your hands.
I mean,
True.
if we consider the
You can
series...
sit side saddle.
Yeah, side saddle, or you grip it with your knees while you're doing the Macarena.
Okay, and you're not doing any fancy flying. You're just maintaining your course at the moment. I'll allow it.
Had you made me roll, I would have just cast it, because Vitericus does not have confidence in his capacity to actually hold on to anything with his butt cheeks.
Okay.
That's just not going to happen.
Remind me to tell you the story of the prehensile butt at some point. Not now, but at some point.
Anyway, so Speak with Animals.
Yes, speak with animals, and I will open with a hello, friend. You are beautiful.
You hear a sound that is almost like wind blowing through wind chimes, but very low, at a level that is almost inaudible. Down below on the airship, you do not hear this. And Vitericus, although you're hearing this beautiful melodic sound, you are understanding what is being said. It's like you've temporarily formed a kind of almost a telepathic bond with this creature.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, strange creature.
Yeah, you don't know the half of it, my friend. We seek a creature of undeath, I guess, is the best way to put it. Have you seen one?
The voice comes back, and the communication is strange, odd, small, piece of the large.
Okay, yes, the large. Where?
Following.
Not this large, the other large. Large and black. I assume, hang on, is amalgam black? I'll describe amalgam to some extent.
Let the thingy finish.
Um,
It's got something to say.
It was like dead fleshy, right?
Mm-hmm.
the creature says, mystery. You are part of the large, friend.
Yes. Large friend. Sail with us. Or fly with us, I guess is probably what I would say instead of sail. But...
And it says, large friend does not sing.
That's why I'm here.
So
to sing at least
intriguing.
for a time.
Holy fuck.
So, Vitericus, give me an animal handling check, please.
Oh, that is a natural 1 for a total of 6.
Oof. Okay.
Nah, mate.
The creature says, danger.
Wrong.
Leave. Leave or die. And it then starts to veer away.
Okay, I will communicate thanks. I will say thank you for the warning. The danger is what we are here to destroy.
No, it's
And
noticed
then I
that we're
will
player characters.
veer off as well. And land. 13 whole minutes later. I think it's a quiet ride back for Vitericus,
Okay.
though. Less chatting on the ice stones.
Will you tell everyone else what you experienced on the way down?
I mean, they will have heard half the conversation at the very least. Through the ice stones, because I
Yeah,
keep
but
dialing
you were
people
speaking
anyway.
its language, so you were just going.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
No,
I guess so. Like
he was speaking verbally, and the creature was understanding because the spell was translating.
Okay, that's how that does.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell people sort of what happened, and I'll say, well, we have a friend, I think,
Okay.
in the air here, but
Can
we're
I-
going to.
Can I get, if you are proficient in either nature or history, can I get checks from you, please, to try and work out what this thing is?
History.
I
I
am
rolled a
proficient.
nat 1.
I also rolled a nat 1.
Oh, wow.
Only
It's a thing
bardically
in the
half
sky.
proficient. So
It's easier if you got a dot next to it, right? Yeah.
yeah, correct.
We'll
Already
ask a nice god later, maybe.
Dagmar shrugs, I guess.
Dag,
Or-
you're
He
still
also
a 20
shrugs.
Actually,
still a 22, even though it's a 1.
To be fair, that was a serious,
nat one's a nat one,
mysterious
though.
fucking thing that we just saw.
No, my
Because you're
lowest
proficient, right?
roll, I'm proficient, so my lowest roll is, 21. But I think if it's a natty one, it probably doesn't count.
Probably not. It's true.
what I will say
But yes, my lowest my lowest nature roll is 21.
is
I'll
that
get back to the library when we get back.
Right, cool. Because Orinala is also with you, and Orinala is a druid. So,
She knows shit.
Dagmar, you are thinking aloud as you're trying to work out what this thing is, and you lose your train of thought. You go elsewhere, and Orinala suddenly says, "Wait, no, she had it. She was right. It is. I do not know the common word for it. It would translate to something like, sky whale, I guess. But they're creatures of myth. They have not been. They are what you call cryptids. Is something like that. They are
Well,
not
Like
supposed
the
to.
thing with the big feet.
The what?
There's a dwarven legend about a big dwarf with big feet.
Huh.
He
Well, they're
lives
clearly
in
not
the
cryptids.
underground, the deepest caves.
not the dwarf, the sky whale.
She says, "These things are not supposed to exist."
Well, there it is.
Huh.
Mm.
I wish I'd
Pretty
gone up.
special.
That's what we
If you
get
hurry,
for
you can probably catch
being
it.
I'm now
disease.
jealous of the bard.
No,
God,
that's
don't do
an
that.
uncomfortable feeling.
So sorry for you.
And as you're looking, you can see that the cloud is now going further and further away. And she says, "I think it... Oh, it must have thought the airship might have been another of its kind. And when it
That's a bit
realized...
sad.
When it realized it wasn't, it told us to leave it alone."
Oh.
Basically, yes. That's the impression I got.
I'll have to write down your account, Vatericus. We should definitely record this.
Yes. Well, we can make
What's
that
he gonna-
happen. That's all right.
Or is he going to start making notes? I'm going to write a book.
Yeah, fine.
Nice. It can sit on the shelf beside mine and Connie's book.
Cheerful Aussie noises. I'm gonna write a book.
Oh, yes. My wonderful historical account will be next to your fan fiction.
Fan fiction. It's a very original take on vampire romance. Thank you.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry.
So, of the sky whale soaring off into the distance, and that is the end of the exploration of this hex.
You're a neat thing.
Nice.
And she'll move you forward as you are now go into a very broad valley. I will get more perception checks, please.
Hey, time to roll low again.
Oh, I'm doing glow
Roller.
first. Hang on. Come on, glow. Glow, come on.
I've been
16,
rolling.
17,
Like
18,
it's just
19.
consistent. It's not even like this game, last game, that kind of thing. Warzone always
Oh.
rolls real low perception.
20,
Yeah.
21 and then 19 for glow.
Yeah, what did that come out to? That's a
As a
6.
And
So
Natty
6
one for Dagmar.
Oof.
6 plus 1,
25.
7. Mm.
All right. Well, unsurprisingly, Vatericus will spot this first.
Right.
So, as you're quite close to the coast around here, Vatericus, you're looking down and you see it's a bit hard to tell, but it looks like at first it looks like a box, like a big box, but as you look closer you realize it's probably some kind of log cabin not far from the shore.
I
Big, like
think
a big,
we.
big cabin or
I
cabin?
think we have a homestead. Take us down. Let's go have a look.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that, a
yeah.
cabin.
Must be like a huge loner to live out here. Or shifty.
Maybe it's a longhouse.
What kind of creatures do we know that don't actually like mortals and would quite happily live out in the arse end of nowhere in a log cabin?
I know several people.
Who could have possibly built their own demiplane just to escape the fucking mortals?
Or it is just a log cabin.
I mean, it could just be some dude in a log cabin. That's true.
I mean, lots of elves hate being around people, so...
It could be some lady in a log cabin.
The captain says in response to, take the ship down, he says, "You do know we can't actually land this thing, right?"
Ah, well, maybe we should fly down.
No, but we can still, get to within fly distance and check it out at least.
It's some sort of, like, life airship.
We should have brought the Titan.
He says, "Oh, that's what the air skiffs were used for originally, but we've got We've got ladders. You got rope ladders."
Well, if it don't take more than an hour, I don't know where I'm looking at my wrist for. If it don't take more than an hour, then I can fly us down. Sorry.
I guess you can kind of see the shadow of the sun on your arm.
Yeah, my wrist-mounted sundial is on the fritz. Do you want to fly down?
Because if it's not, maybe it ought to be.
I love when they introduced the magic, shift back an hour on your sundials. That was helpful. Saves you having to do it manually all the time.
He says, "Oh, we can bring the airship. We can bring the ship low. You'll just need to climb down. Only about.
Yeah, we can jump out.
I don't fully trust myself climbing up and down a rope, so I'm just gonna cast fly.
They say you do wear a very billowing skirt.
He says, "All right." So he does bring the airship down until you're only a few hundred feet above the ground. And then you, the four of you, do you ask Oranala or Izod to come with you?
Ah.
I mean, if they wanna.
Izod, do you want to come? I'm going to go knock on a mysterious cabin door.
I'm just gonna see what kind of weirdo lives here.
Could be a wizard.
Be a lich.
Could be a lich. Don't get my hopes up, Morzord.
Izod says, "You seem to be making an argument for me to come with you."
I mean,
maybe.
You make a great first impression. We may need that.
Leave the rope.
You four are starting to unsettle me.
Starting.
He says, "All right, let's go."
Yay!
So perception checks as you glide down towards this, what is now clearly a small makeshift log cabin. Very basic.
29 for Vidi.
Perception. Ooh, 26.
10. Better than Mozart's been rolling.
Okay.
19.
All right, looking around, as you approach, you don't see any signs of danger. It doesn't look like anything is, any creatures are hiding in the shadows waiting to leap out at you or anything like that. You don't
I have
see...
a question real quick, sorry.
Yeah?
Is it very exposed? Is there a lot of trees around, or is it on the cliff edge?
No, this is, it is a short distance from the shore, so you're well below the snow line here. So it's all green. Okay. It's mostly, what's the phrase I'm looking for?
It's like hinterlands or something.
It's that's a good way of describing it. Yeah, so it's sort of grass and scrub.
Right.
And as you approach with your perception checks, you haven't noticed any obvious traps around this cabin. The door is not a door. It actually seems to be just a piece of canvas draped across an opening, but it's been strongly secured in place against wind and so forth. So it does look like temporary shelter. It's not a long-term home.
I don't hugely trust it, so I'm going to cast a spell I've not cast in a very long time. I'm going to shuffle my Tarokka deck until sort of out of the ether, in response to the shuffling, appears the slightly rotted but heavily calloused hands of a high elf miner. I have cast
High
Mage
elf?
Hand, so like a high elf who works in the mines.
I was going to
In
say
the mines?
Mm-hmm.
They can't all
Look,
be mages.
I just call them. All right, whoever's here is here, and I'm going to get
rough
them
go.
to knock on like the door frame, I guess.
Okay.
Because you know you can just out.
I mean, I could, but if it's a mimic, it's not going to respond, is it?
oh man, the whole house is a mimic. That's cool.
Mm,
Knock,
that
knock,
big.
knock.
They
It
do.
doesn't really reverberate well because you're basically banging on a log. Nothing happens.
Okay.
It does sound like wood.
Yeah. Okay. So probably not a mimic at this point.
Do you want me to shoot the door? That might be weird.
No. Can Orsi please speak the command word and have the broom fly over and just move the canvas aside if possible?
Do you need to be attuned to the broom to command it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Do you want me to
Dagmar, have-
reach out? Do you want me to hold the broom and just like use it as a reaching stick?
Yeah, just poke the cabin or like see if you can get the canvas open.
All right. Well, yeah, Dagmar does that.
Hello? Orsi's gonna call out also.
Okay. As you pull the canvas aside, it is.
No, we're using the broom to pull the canvas
Yes.
aside.
I don't
No
have
hands.
I don't have a broom to mime with, sadly. It appears to be dark inside, and there is no response to Orsi's hello.
Maybe it's just a hunting cabin.
Maybe.
It's not
Did we
very
see any trails?
chalet-like. Trails? I don't know. Well, if it's a really...
Like if it's a hunting
Out-
cabin, surely there'd be like foot trails.
Yeah. What have we got
He's-
track-wise?
Yeah, Izard says, and what would they be hunting around here? I feel like we're more prey than hunter in this region.
Oh, don't say that.
I will-
Say
I
that.
don't know. There's some
I'll
That's
get,
just like a real setup for a thing to attack.
sheep and goats.
Can I get survival checks, please, from anyone who is looking for tracks?
Yeah. I'm proficient in that
18.
too. Just a
Orsi's not,
ranger at
but
this point. 19.
I'd like to
Proficiency.
detect magic, please.
Okay. You do not detect any magic.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Should we just go inside? Dagmar will go inside.
Yeah. So Viterica, you got 18 on your survival?
I did, and Dagmar got 19 because she's proficient.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Was I proficient?
All right, Dagmar and Vitericus. So the soil around here is still a bit moist. You do detect evidence that someone has come and gone through here. You're not sure how many times. You're not sure how many people. You're not sure how large these people were. But somebody, probably a humanoid from the shape, has come and gone a few times from this cabin.
Okay, well, we may as well go have a look.
In we go.
Okay.
I'm real sorry, by the way, that I put the house is a mimic evil on all of you.
It is.
Gonna happen.
It is quite dark inside, a bit musty. Are you going to light anything up, or just rely on your dark vision?
Yeah,
Does the air
glow
smell
it.
like hanger? Okay, thank God. Just no open flames in case it's
Yeah,
like
no.
No.
full of millflower or something and
No,
it'll
no.
explode.
It's mostly just that you're stepping indoors, having been outdoors for a very long time now. So inside, there are very few furnishings. There is a hammock, which is currently empty. There is a very simple desk, a wooden stool, and anyone with a passive perception over 20 will notice this, so this will be easy for at least two of you, I think. You'll see in one of the walls, someone has scratched a message.
It says, "We are the monsters."
And it says, "Gone N. BBS. Don't leave without, you bastard."
Okay.
Interesting.
So go on north, be back soon.
Whoa, do we want to
Yeah.
go north then? I know it's a detour.
It is a detour.
Can I do an
Dagmar will rifle in the
investigation?
desk.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to do an investigation check.
Yeah.
Dude,
Give
check
me-
the desk for traps.
Okay, investigation checks, please.
Yeah. Yeah, proficiency.
Ooh, 19.
My lowest roll is 21. And
Lois,
that's
don't
what I
you
got.
want your highest roll?
I do want my highest roll, but I rolled under 10, so...
Ah, okay.
Sorry, I'm proficient in that too.
Cool. Right, so Dagmar, you're searching. There's very little to overturn here, but
Secret door, trap door.
under the desk, you do find a piece of paper that has been basically pinned to the wood on the underside.
Aha!
You take it off, and it is a lengthier note written in ink with quill, apparently. And it says, "You bastard thought I'd write it down here, didn't you? No, it's all in my head. You'll have to find me."
Person expect someone to come rifling through his house?
I guess someone's on his trail, or they feel like someone's on their trail.
Huh.
They kind of sound
Well, I'm
insane.
intrigued. Can we maybe abandon this very urgent quest to go and probably almost certainly die and see what this dude's doing?
Izard says, "Well, maybe this dude knows where the creature is."
Local knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, that seems helpful. We should definitely go and
Like
find
that
out
Izard
what
said,
he has to
dude.
say.
He's trying to speak our language, all right? We say some
He is,
weird
he's-
ass stuff.
He's trying to be.
Izod is an was an anthropologist.
He's trying to
Yeah.
be cool with the in crowd.
Mm.
Oh, I love him so much.
Izod's the in crowd, not
How do
us.
the kids say it these days?
Yeah.
Dude.
Riz.
As you say.
He's got to impress Bryn at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. North? North?
I mean, we
North
can
it is, I
Not
suppose.
like we've got any particular reason to be going the way we was anyway, so.
No, that's
We are
Allow
moving
me to
Completely at random.
rechart. Configure. So if we head north, we do like this. I don't know how far north, so I'm just going to keep drawing the line. I drew it very, I drew
Wow.
it very far. I do apologize.
Well, you never know what you might find something up there.
I mean,
Okay.
they might still be in the same hex, right? Like, we found a cabin at this
yeah.
point.
I guess if
Yeah.
you walk in, it looks pretty like mountainy and then also a valley. So maybe
Yeah,
I'll-
let's
Yeah.
do a little initial local north scouting
Yeah.
and then we can
there we go.
fly
Cool.
if we need to.
These hexes are 10 miles, so we could easily walk more than a hex in a
Away.
day.
All right, let's scout around a little bit north. There's nothing else of note in this small cabin.
Okay. So you'll return to the airship. Fly back. Captain will say,
Hmm.
"Yeah, it's as good as it's a good a reason to go in any direction as any we had before. Let's do it.
All right. Just going to put an X here. Oops, so that's
right.
the wrong color.
And you'll take the airship north. Can I get perception checks, please?
We.
Can I have
Oh.
one win, please?
19.
12.
Niet.
18.
Yet.
I mean, 13.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm here with you, Ozzy. Mozart's
Really?
not really, just not really a perceivy kind of dude.
So, wow. Vatericus, you will spot this. But actually, it looks like someone in the crew will spot it first. Yeah. And this is just one of the other sailors notices this. He says, "Oi, what's that over there? Is it? Oi, Captain, I think there's a person down there." And you see that the captain follows the point of the sailor, takes out his spyglass, looks, and now you can all sort of look in that general direction, and you can see what appears to be a person on the side of a fairly steep slope. They seem to be suspended by a rope or something. They are currently unmoving.
Ah, that's probably not good for them.
Yeah, we really don't know when that
That
note
doesn't
was
look
written.
terribly good, eh?
We still have fly on, if it's been less than an hour.
It's probably getting close.
Vatericus.
I'll say you've got just another, say, 5 minutes of fly left.
Okay.
Look, this isn't a mystery. This is just a guy hanging over here. I don't need to know what that is.
What if he's going to off the boat and go float over?
Okay.
Dagmar will also fly
As you
on her broom.
come in closer, you see it looks like there's a dwarf against the cliff, the rock face, hanging sideways with a rope securing him to the precipice above. He is unmoving and does not seem to be conscious. In fact, as you get closer, you see there are some birds perched on this body. Some strange parrots.
Oh, this man does not look fully alive.
Hello? Are you okay?
The parrots look up at you and...
Oh my god, are they Kias?
They're Kias, yes.
Knew it.
That guy's so dead.
And you can see one of them has a little bit of, pink flesh in its beak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
To daisies.
Oh.
Go on, off you go. Go play in the
Yikes.
snow. Shoo, 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 shoo. Horsey's not getting any closer, though.
Okay.
Dagmar will get closer, but she will keep a few meters between her and the quite dead-seeming
The Kias
corpse.
will just sit there and look at you, even when you're only a few meters away.
Horsey's going to ice stone back in. Not good news. He's being eaten by green and orange birds. I think
They are
he's
not
dead.
respectful.
Not
Well, what's
good.
he got in his pockets?
Dagmar, what's he got in his
Dagmar's gonna pull out one of her smaller crystals, the unvaluable ones, and throw it at the bird as a sort of shoe.
Ooh, shiny. Go follow.
Give me
The Kias.
just a dexterity check, please.
12.
12. What's a Kia's armor class going to be?
Can someone tell Ornala to come and speak to these birds or something?
Oh, Morzod, do you reckon I can talk to them through the eye stones?
To the birds.
Yeah, like if we just hold Dagmar's eye stone out.
And then you
Is that
can.
gonna work?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how any of that business works, but it seems like I don't know. Maybe it'd be worth a
So-
try.
The stone clacks against the cliff face, and one of the keys turns and looks at it, saying, "I wonder where that came from," and then looks back at you again.
Mm-hmm.
No, for God's sake, I don't
alright.
have time for this. Orsi's just going to go in and see if he's got anything in his pockets.
Okay. As you close in, the keys scatter.
Oh, well, that was
And-
easy.
Conquered.
Those of you on the airship now see the keys coming towards the airship.
Oh, good. They can go cause some chaos over
I
there.
mean, rip.
I'm sure
Well,
Orinala can speak to them.
Did you just
They're
stick some
both
parrots on us?
Loot.
They're basically
Yeah,
cliff
yes.
races.
Yes, and before long there will be keys nibbling away on the ropes and the rails and basically
shit.
making a nuisance of themselves. But, yes, Orsi, give me an investigation check, please, as you
Ew,
go through this guy's pockets.
You're doing great.
26.
26. Nice. All
Do you
right.
leave any notes?
Gross,
Yes, you do, in fact, find a journal.
Ooh, journal.
Yes.
Jackpot.
You want to read it here while you're...
No.
Okay.
You standard.
Does he have any- does he have a
radio
wallet?
Cutscene.
Wallet.
Any like homemade maps? Any cash?
Anything fun?
There is a coin purse. There's not
Love
much.
it, taking that.
Not much in it
Bag of golding.
from the feeling of it, but yeah. So basically, it's just the journal, the coin purse, and a climbing kit.
Well, it looks like he's using that.
He has.
Oh, what does he look like,
climbed his
by the
last
way?
climb.
He is above average height for a dwarf. Very muscular build. It looks like, but not a guy who works out. Rather, a guy who just moves around a lot and does a lot of heavy work, such as climbing rocks and so forth. But actually, you can give me a medicine check to determine cause of death.
I was about to ask.
Mm.
Oh, not bad. 15.
15. You can see there is an injury on his head. Most likely, he slipped while climbing, cracked his head, and
Onto your
probably it knocked him unconscious, and he died in his sleep while hanging from here.
I was gonna like cut the rope he's stuck on. Just
Oh. Do you want to... We could speak with Dad, maybe. Can we do that? Not right now.
why would we do that?
I don't know. Maybe he knows something.
I mean, if he does, he probably wrote it in that journal. Does it look full? Does he look like a verbose man?
There are
saying this as we fly back.
there are many words in that journal.
Ooh.
Anyway, yes, Dagmar got him down so that he's not his corpse isn't hanging from a cliff face. He can at least.
Yes.
Dagmar, as you
Parrots can-
as you think about cutting the rope, you start to think it is a very fine rope as you look at it.
It's a nice rope.
It's a nice rope.
Is it a magic rope?
Does it have any other redeeming qualities?
It appears to be made of silk.
Oh.
It's a shibari rope. Okay.
All right. Okay. Dagmar is going to untie the dwarf from the rope.
Okay,
Respect.
so you can,
Probably.
so the body
yeah.
is just going to whee.
Yeah, I mean that was
It's for the best. I mean, I
whole
don't think a
plan.
dwarf would like to die hanging in the air, right?
no. And then like even after nature takes its course, then you're a skeleton dangling from a cliff. It's
And that's
all
a
very
whole
dramatic.
thing. Yeah.
Sky
Return
burial.
to the ground.
Sky burial is not generally what dwarves specify in their will.
Yeah.
Parrots
So,
can eat him on the ground. That's
Yeah, he gets to be close to the earth, and we get this quite nice rope.
Thank you for your service. And then we're going to go
Sorry.
back to the boat.
Anything at the top when they go to untie the rope at the top?
Nothing. The rope is tied around a.
Yeah, cool.
It'd be a python or something, wouldn't it?
basically it is a rope of climbing. It is magical.
So it wasn't really tied to much of anything, and that's how he was going up with a rope. Because the rope was letting him climb.
Basically, you can tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, and you can also tell it to climb up and find something to secure itself to.
Oh, that's lovely.
Very handy rope.
Yeah.
Putting
Dagmar,
that in
would you
the
like to-
knapsack.
Yeah, you should hang on to that. Right, I found a journal. Let's all gather round.
All right. As your fly wears off, just after you land on the deck of the airship, you peruse the journal. So it goes back a while. There is a lot of personal stuff that I'm sure will be of interest to Orsi, but is not relevant to this campaign.
He'll get the bus later.
But it is the journal of one Haldane Boldeye, a prospector. So he was searching for... it becomes clear that he came to this region as part of a expedition from the Oceanic Trading Company. They're looking for either a new base of operations or new resources that they can exploit in the wake of Titan's Rest collapsing. His brother was commanding the expedition. They had one of their many arguments, and this guy just said, "All right, drop me off here. I'm going to prospect this area. You carry on and pick me up later." And so that's what he's been doing. He's been prospecting this area for the past few days. And you will find notes. So he points out that his base camp is in the hex to your south, which you've already discovered. He also points out that there is a gold vein discovered in this hex, and a mithril vein in this hex.
Sorry, which hex?
This one.
The one that you're in.
The one we're in.
Oh, the one that they're in. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna...
They would be... they cannot be spotted from the air. So you would not have seen these without finding this journal.
No, it's a quest item. I love it.
A very last entry in the journal, he writes something about he was about to climb and is getting ready to make another ascent when he saw what he describes as a big ass dragon flying on a bearing of 240 degrees.
What's that in degree in point directions?
You can ask the captain, or you can do a survival check.
Captain, please.
He says 240. It's roughly west southwest.
Oh, is that where I saw the glow?
Says no. That was much further south from if it's that island over there. West southwest.
Kind of like here-ish.
Yeah, that direction, I guess.
So the captain is actually going to take out the map.
Probably closer.
And draw... no, he's not going to draw a fireball.
I mean, he could, but...
Impressive skills, Captain.
Sorry,
I shall use the ray template. There we go. So that is a bearing of 240 degrees from where you found his body, which is presumably near to where he saw this big-ass dragon fly over at a bearing of 240 degrees. So it gives you reason to believe that the dragon was flying to a location in one of those hexes.
Well, that's a hell of a lead.
It's pretty good.
Should we avoid those hexes forever?
I want to see the volcano, if it is a volcano.
Captain says, look, once we've dealt with this beastie, there's nobody told us to hightail it back to Providence once we're done out here. We could do a bit more exploring.
I suppose. All right, well, I suppose we have a bearing. Shall we head off?
I mean, yeah, assuming we'll survive.
I have made a note of the mithril and gold.
And
yes, how does that work in terms of loot splitting?
Dibs.
Well, the captain said.
Dibs.
The captain says,
as a team, as a
that's
crew.
kind of complicated, because this guy apparently was prospecting for the Oceanic Trading Company.
Yeah, but if they don't know it's here, then it doesn't count.
Yeah, they don't have to know.
It says it's hard to argue that point.
Exactly.
So, I'm wondering, I might have to have a word with my bosun about this and some of the crew. But I'm thinking the city could benefit from these mines.
Agreed.
Yes, the city.
Well, I mean, we could sell the rights to mine it to the city.
Oh, I want steaks.
Yeah, me too, but still.
I like steaks.
We can get you some steaks when we get back.
Mithril deposits can buy you many steaks.
To buy many steaks. Steaks can be exchanged for goods and services.
I want goods and services. I want steaks.
Sorry, Mum, that's a Simpsons reference. And he's going to say, all right, we'll have when we get back, we'll probably need to sort it out with... And he looks at Ptericus and Morzord and says, oh, the council, yeah, right. Oh. We'll see what the other...
The council is always watching, but rarely paying attention.
The council's perception is not great.
High distractibility.
So you complete your search of this hex. You do find the locations that he has marked in his journal for the mithril and the gold. And are you now going to pursue this new course on a bearing of west-southwest?
We're going to have to, don't we?
Feels like we should.
That is what we are doing this for, actually.
Okay.
I'm having so much fun exploring.
You can keep exploring after you've completed the mission.
That's assuming the airship has not been destroyed and we're not foot-slogging it back.
That's assuming you survive and so forth.
Or we're not part of the amalgam and we're now living a weird new group game.
It is
we're
also
operating different limbs.
It is also possible that the longer you leave this encounter, the more health the amalgam will have when you encounter it.
Those did seem to be the hints you were dropping, yeah.
That is why Morzord was like, maybe we should not fuck around in case we find out.
Yeah, but it's fun. It gave us a play place. I don't want to play in it.
Okay.
I want to play in the play place.
You move on. Perception checks for the next hex, please.
Right.
Checks for the hex.
If we don't see the amalgam, do we just fly by and it's fine? Oh, natural 20. Sorry.
Blasted 20. That's the best Morzord has perceived this entire goddamn time.
Morzord.
Yay!
And
just the talk of steaks reinvigorated him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry to report there is nothing to see in this hex. It is beautiful.
That's why.
Morzod and Dagmar, you spot some lovely mountains, but you do not see anything that could pass as a cave or a lair or something like that.
It's nice to enjoy the landscape while we can.
No Buttish mountains?
No, nothing but life.
Shame.
Next hex.
No peachy knoll.
More perception rolls, please.
I did say knoll, but in the landmark sense, not in the with a K, not a G.
Ooh, 27.
24.
Perception.
That was an investigation, though.
24.
Oh, did I roll investigation? No, I did too. Sorry.
I mean, I rolled my usual 3, so...
Oh, I rolled
Orpheus
really good.
given up
24.
on looking, and he's just
Yeah.
working out where stuff is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, he's just
So
hanging out on the
three
boat.
24s.
I'm extrapolating.
Yep, and I'm sorry to report, Orsi, with your high roll, you still don't see anything unusual. This is a beautiful location, but there are no...
Are the keys still vibing? Glow hates them if they are.
The Kias are currently... they are aboard the airship. They've decided that this is their home for now.
Oh, cheeky
Glow's doing
bunny.
the angry owl puff.
Some of the crew have started tossing snacks at them.
Oh, great. Well,
We'll never get rid of him now.
Yeah, they're here.
they were
they're here for
eating a
good.
man last we saw them.
Literally
Yeah,
eating
are they
flesh.
picking at the poor guys under the forecastle?
Oh, shoot.
No, you dumped them.
Yeah,
we did
dumped him
too.
in the ocean.
We got to ocean. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Sorry,
it.
you are
We
quite
put
correct.
them. That's it. We made a big boy chum down there.
Yes, that's right.
You fed the sharks.
We did.
Apologies. I lose track of
Respectfully.
which bodies we've kept and which ones we have respectfully buried at sea.
We really
Yeah,
need to get a
we're
bag of
still
cold
carrying
in.
Cova. Still
Yeah.
around, right?
Yeah. Kovafen is still in the amulet.
Okay, next Hex perception checks,
Her
please.
soul must be very angry.
Nah, she's alright.
32 for Photericus.
Oh, so close to a nat 20, but it hit the edge of the screen. 21.
Perception.
30.
28.
Yeah, a 4 for this one. That's 1 whole point better than last hex.
Photericus, did you really get 32?
32, 19 plus 13.
Wow.
Jesus fuck.
Photericus
Right.
is aware that he might get eaten very, very soon, and so his head is on a swivel.
He's on edge.
So, as you're looking down, you see Photericus. You see Photericus. No, you see
What do I do?
Oh, no.
His hair's dark. It's hideous.
in one of the valleys here, so in an area where it's just a little bit below the snow line, you see a large opening, which looks like probably the entrance to a cave. These are probably some of the limestone caverns that are said to be throughout these hills. And because you scored so ridiculously high,
It's got a sign out the front saying...
There's a trail of
"Toxic corpse."
Amalgam here.
Just
Home
a
sweet
trail of
home.
hands. Leave.
Cave, sweet cave.
Mm.
you
Handprints
see
everywhere.
outside the entrance to this cave, there is at first it's very clear, is it a pile of dirt or something like that, but you soon start to think it might be a pile of dead animals or corpses or people or
Yep.
this is a contender.
Land hole. Because it's a hole in the
Because
land.
Oh, well, he's not
I
wrong.
bet he gets an absolute filthy from the captain.
And
All right, dickhead.
Captain looks down and says, "Hey, oh, that's got potential."
Mm-hmm.
It's got a real bad vibe about it, so yeah.
Piles of dead things, never a good sign, usually.
All right.
Mhm.
Oh, and I'm out of goblin grenades.
And the captain says, "However, all right, we'll bring us close, but all hands beat to quarters."
Mm-hmm.
The
Was that
I'm
drums.
the
Solid
lieutenant.
now.
I need to actually shout that, so I will spool up the ring of thaumaturgy and not quite full 3 times louder because I don't necessarily want to alert the amalgam to the fact that we're here right now, but loud enough to go through the ship at the very least, beat
There
to
we go.
quarters.
And the crew start moving to their battle stations. They the guns are loaded, and the ship is now drifting down, ready to meet whatever might come out if something were to come out. And as you descend, Bryn Shedrin, the dragon expert, looks down and says, "Oh yeah, that look, I don't know what kind of lair this amalgam thing would have, but I mean, it's a pretty good place for a dragon to live, I gotta say, so that could be it.
Thank you for that
I mean,
expertise.
And he says,
any dragon sign, like live dragon sign? Here, anything that would suggest that there's just a perfectly reasonable, large, vaguely reptilian friend that we could con some gold out of, or are we going to have to kill something here?
not that you can see from up here at the moment. And Bryn Shadrin will say, one thing I'd advise, I don't know how relevant it will be, but dragons often overlook the smaller entrances to their lairs. They keep forgetting that some of the creatures that try to kill them are only like human-sized. So it's a chance there might be another way in there, but I can't guarantee that.
Pretty good tip.
Shall we have a look around?
Yeah, can we perceive, investigate? How do we...
Captain says, well, brought us down as low as we can get without actually risking the rudder. So I'll get, what if we just do a quick circle around this area? We'll see if we can spot anything else. How's that sound?
I like that.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And he also orders to the crew, no bells, no guns. Try and keep your voices low if possible. Let's not
Nobody
alert.
drop a spanner.
Let's not alert this thing.
Everyone panic quietly.
Scream inside your heart.
And I'll get perception checks, please, from everyone.
Let's perceive. Maybe I'll
Natural
get a
20 for a
5 this time.
33.
Jesus Christ.
2 for a 9.
19, which means that Dagmar is actively not looking.
15.
Well,
He's paying attention.
Mozart done on, yeah.
Dagmar has just like her hat brim pulled down, so she's like, oh, yep, no, I wanna find this.
Well, he's checked out. He's not here anymore. Bye.
the DC was 30, which
Wow.
D&D calls practically impossible. But
D&D has
Rover
not
Bard.
met Douglas.
but the bard has seen it. There is, you note a stream trickling down the side, which seems to be coming from. It seems to be coming out of the side of this cliff, and you think it's coming out of a hole that is probably large enough for people to go through individually. You wouldn't want to anything larger than Morzod to try and squeeze through, but you should be able to fit in. It's possible that it's an underwater stream and there might not be breathable air down there.
Okay. Well, we have
Ornala. Yeah, maybe Ornala can. Good spotting, by the way. That's crazy.
Thank you.
I do not understand how you saw that.
Yeah. Like a
How
it's like-
panicked are you on a scale from 1 to like attack?
Yeah, look.
Terracus is pinging.
Yeah, my danger sense is going absolutely ballistic, and it is coming out of that hole right there.
Yeah, I haven't seen so much white of your eyes before.
It's great. I wasn't even this worried when the Kraken ate me.
So the captain brings the ship a bit closer to this stream.
Ornala, could we trouble you for some potential water breathing again?
She says,
do we want me to scout? I can stick my head in and just leave.
On your own?
I feel,
Again?
I feel like out of
To
all the
leave. I feel like you
times-
need a buddy.
all the times thus far we have let you do it alone, but I think perhaps this time, when we are pretty sure what we are about to encounter, we should not send Vidi all on his own.
Morzod
Yeah, I
has
can't get out of the
his
mouth.
foot down.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
so you will be able to bring the airship just close enough that a gangplank can be put down for you to walk across to this entrance, though could be a bit precarious. And As long as you don't lose your footing, you will be fine. The captain says, so what do you want us to do while you're in there?
Well, that's a conversation we should have. Are we fighting it in its lair, or are we luring it out?
I mean, should we lure it out if we panic? Like if things look real bad?
Barbecue.
How do we propose
lure
to
it?
lure it? Yeah.
I guess we'd flee. We'll just flee, and it'll follow us, right?
Fleeing
What-
is a good option,
so-
but I
What-
also...
What if I'm having an idea? What if we sneak in and have a look and see what's going on? And if we, because it got stopped last time by crashing a ship into it.
You see the
Wait.
captain's face blanches.
No, I'm not proposing that we do that again because that was pretty awful.
The ship did not come out of it well.
But what I'm thinking is, what if we had them shoot outside, and the thing would be like, oh no, I'm under attack, and they can shoot in the face, and then we can shoot it in the arse because we's already in there.
The captain says, oh, what if we just collapse the entrance?
And
And,
have
like-
us stuck in there with it, or collapse the entrance on top of the amalgam?
Like collapse the front entrance, right? Because then it can't get out, and it'll just be stuck in there.
Do
Yeah.
we want to fight it in its lair?
Not my
Lair
problem. I
options?
don't...
It's
So
when Bryn-
if we've got it closed in, then we don't have to fight it. We just hit the bricks.
Right? Yeah, that was my suggestion. We pin it, and then
Just
we
trap the
we
shit
bail.
out of it.
It is a Titan, though, and I suspect rocks are going to be very little impediment, really.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
it
like the
might bust
gods just
out.
gonna come and break him out or something.
and
Well,
Bryn-
see, that was
Yeah.
my theory for luring it out, though, right? Because, and in Engadon's voice, like perfectly, I will say, I can just tell it to come out.
I mean, I
Oh,
was thinking we
yeah.
could set up a surprise attack. If we're gonna lure it out, then we could be like, and then shoot it in the face with the cannons.
Bryn
I feel
Shedrin,
like shooting it in the face with the cannons is probably what we're gonna need to do.
Bryn Shedrin is going to say, only thing I'd add is that dragons are most dangerous when they're in the air.
So
They're
keeping it
almost
pinned in
dangerous
would
when
be-
they're in the lair.
keeping it in. No, I mean this guy's the expert.
He says,
They
"Look,
do
that's-
sound the same.
It's possible. I really don't know. The captain says, look, we've got 14 12-pounder cannons of this ship just looking to blow that thing apart. So, yeah, we're happy to do our bit as long as you do yours. Bryn Shedrin says, I would recommend, if it takes to the air, it becomes more dangerous, and it can fly away again.
Is there any
Not
chance that we could somehow disable its wings?
I
Really
mean, if
aim
you
for
blow
them,
them
you
up
know.
good enough.
And he says,
Right, yeah, like by aiming at them, right?
theoretically, you shred a dragon's wings and it'll have a hard time flying, but this thing's
That's
wings
true, it-
shouldn't be able to fly anyway.
Not
Oh, I
really.
forgot it
It
has
does laugh in
Ikikui
the face
wings.
of
Not
Yeah.
really a dragon anyway. So
Yeah, it's all like kneecaps and weird double-jointed fingers. It's awful.
Fingers, yeah.
It's just a
Izad,
bag of stomachs.
Izad says, it seems clear to me that this thing is not actually a dragon, but it seems to behave as though it is a dragon. Seems to think it's a dragon almost. And it can
It's
fly.
aspiring.
It can
That's the
therefore
spirit.
fly because that is what dragons do.
Wolfie's just going to flip through his spellbook really quick.
Thing, right? You just believe really hard that you can do a thing, and then like you just do it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, never mind. I learned how to do reverse gravity, not keep things to the ground gravity. Do you know I learned gravity magic? It's very impressive.
I don't think you've mentioned that.
That's right.
Done.
And-
But sadly,
I wish
I-
it were applicable.
And
but
he's-
Yeah,
congrats
sadly, I can't
nonetheless.
keep it on the ground. Yeah, it's
And
pretty bad.
Izad says, which reminds me, Orsi, I've been meaning to ask, that ball lightning spell you do, could you teach me that?
Absolutely, it's very easy.
Real quick.
And if you're does Orsi know chain lightning?
He does not. I never picked it up.
Izard is happy to teach Orsi chain lightning in exchange for learning ball lightning.
Oh, nice.
Works for me. Let's do it.
Go.
We'll do that if we
Now.
survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have had this conversation days ago on the ship.
And the captain
Good
says,
point.
well, what do we do? We've got a
If
few
you
hours.
see a large dragon coming out of the cave,
We've got a few
We'll
hours
shoot
of daylight left. We could sleep on it. Decide in the morning.
I wouldn't
Like we
mind
could
either.
recon at least, right? Duck in, have a look, duck
Yeah,
out,
we should see the sitch.
form a
Yeah,
better
I
plan.
think
And then if it's
recon-
just some other dragon, we can just roll them for their horde.
Sure.
Yeah.
Easy
I
done.
mean, yeah.
The captain
That.
says, right, well, if we position the airship at the entrance to the cavern, we won't be here to pick you up if you exit via the back door again, so to speak.
That's fine.
I
Alright.
Should be
think
fine.
so. They can
So drop
fly.
us off, circle around,
Keep an eye on the front.
and we'll
I suppose,
yeah we'll
If you see the giant terrible thing, panic appropriately.
yeah.
Oh,
please
I have a
wait for permission to
question.
fire.
I have a question, Dungeon Master.
Yes?
The eye stone. Can I give the captain my eye stone? Because
Yeah,
I can
sure.
just cast message. I'm the least needing of it. Look,
Sure, I'll let
Captain,
you
I'll
do
give you
that, yeah.
this. Yeah. It's an eye stone. It does get a little hot. Just be careful.
Don't be
I'm
hard.
sorry. I don't know. We got a random bunch.
You want this next to my ear?
Yes.
This
Why
is
did
the-
I
Your ear,
feel?
if we could.
This is the thing you people keep doing, yeah?
Yes.
He's
That way.
doing the boomer.
Yeah.
And I speak into it like this, right?
Yep, that's right.
Oh. All right, I already hate this, but I can see how I can see how it'll help.
Yeah, so
Be prepared. We're going to be talking a lot.
yeah. Sorry, you gotta
Sorry
get
in advance.
yeah. Good luck with that. So if you see anything, just give us a bell.
Yeah, we'll
Yell
hear
into
you.
the thing is what they mean.
Just be aware that sometimes it just randomly kicks in. So like, don't do anything embarrassing that you don't want us to hear.
And the next question, who's coming with you on this scouting expedition? Is it Orinala
Going.
or Izard or neither?
Oh,
No,
Either of them
if we're
want to
just
come, have we asked?
if we're just scouting, do we want to endanger other people?
Danger
Look at
for
me caring about
danger for
NPCs.
you, danger for everyone in the room.
Hmm.
I guess if Orinala casts water breathing on us before we go, so that if we do have to go underwater, you're okay.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
we scout and then we come back.
Yeah, and
and
water,
Orinala can like fly on her own as well.
breathing
Yeah.
lasts 24 hours.
24
so,
hours.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
let's
in
take
the event that
Orinala.
we end up fight with Amalgam, Izard, you can just jump off the airship at some point. Well, you don't even have to. You can just sling spells from there. You're fine.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, I've already heard this thing from a distance, so...
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Backup ship wizard.
So,
Love a ship wizard.
Orinala's coming with you, yes?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Do we want her to come with us? Does she need
Coming
to?
with, or are we just getting water breathing and leaving her on the boat?
All right. Yeah, I guess she.
I think we should just get water breathing and leave her on the boat because she's
Yeah.
not really a fighter anyway. I don't really want
Yeah.
her in the
So
more of the
what-
amalgam.
What level
if
even
shit goes
is she? I
south.
don't think it's
And-
amazing.
She says...
She's lower than we are.
She says, okay. You can see she is simultaneously disappointed and relieved.
Oh yeah, she hasn't actually
inappropriate.
seen the amalgam, so she'd probably be kind of
Ah, she-
morbidly curious.
Yeah, she doesn't know yet. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But she is also not really a fighter. That is to say, she can hold her own in a fight, but she really doesn't like doing it, is the impression you get.
Stay on the ship. If we need you, we'll deploy you.
Or if you see it emerge,
Yeah. Please do not wait
throw
for
whatever
orders.
you have at
It's
it.
hard to miss.
It is super gross. Just be prepared for the grossest thing ever.
Also,
Okay.
probably
Up
show
there.
her a
Top-
picture that
top
is
five.
drawn.
So-
It's pretty bad.
The airship comes close to the stream of water that's coming out. As you get closer, you notice the water isn't entirely clear. It's a little dark. And
Right.
there is a bad smell coming from it.
Oh no, it's yucky water.
Oh,
DM,
Is it that water?
I have an important question, DM.
Yes.
Which way is the waterfall going? Up or down?
Down.
Okay, so it's not Engadon water going up to feed the amalgam and heal it then.
No.
That's okay.
No.
I had a brief moment where I was like, nobody asked.
I will clarify. Although it smells foul, it does not resemble the necrotic water.
because I
that
was asking
Engadon-
that in the background
yeah,
here.
that
It-
Engadon
it's like
manipulates.
heavily polluted with corpses.
Is it the Engi water?
It
No,
smells-
it's not.
It smells
It's not
like
good.
dead animals.
You know, like when you boil boil a skull to get the meat off, and like
yeah,
that's
that's
stinky.
a super normal reference.
I wish I could tease you and say, "Lol, who the fuck does that?" But yeah. So
This is an
I need
artist
skulls.
thing.
I need skulls for reference.
it runs in my family. My dad got yelled at very much by his mum for boiling a cat skull on the stove. I mean, he was using a tin, like a tin can. He wasn't using one of her good pots, but she still wasn't happy.
So,
It's gonna
Orinala,
be in our this is gonna be in our mouths.
Orinala takes a sniff and says, "You're going to have this water in your lungs."
Their
What if I
lungs, maybe. And I pull up the cloak of the Mandarin.
Has that got a filtration system?
I mean, it's got gills. It's basically a filtration system.
Sure. Cling to that. Let's get this over with.
Gross. Okay.
Ugh.
You going in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It was fine before you made the water yucky.
Is that a good point to next time on Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, I want to just introduce you to this location first.
Okay.
So you step in. I will actually get constitution checks from all four of you, please.
We've all got botulism.
It's like the
or whatever
amalgam,
you
like going to
catch them.
fight. Going to fight the amalgam was fine, but it's like
Oh, sorry, it was a
breathing in the
con
yucky water.
save, wasn't it? That was
Oh,
my
Jesus.
con check.
What am I rolling?
A constitution
seven,
saving
nine.
throw.
Con save. Do I,
Yeah.
So
Do we get
Do I
more
get a
bonuses?
do I
Oh, yeah, do we get more
actually,
bonuses?
you need more Zod. So, or any saves.
13.
Yeah.
nat 20 from Vidi for a 25 total with Morzod's buff.
Okay.
Well,
What's Mozart's buff?
Plus 3,
three.
I believe.
Plus three,
three.
yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask, as
10.
Morzod, do I get a buff for putting nasty things in my mouth?
No, this is too far removed from
That's fair. That's fair.
from
He's
the good
probably
stuff.
drank some nasty things, but that's fair.
But
12 plus 3, so 15.
Once again, Dax has caught whatever this fucking nasty blood water shit is.
so, Orsi and
Water.
Dagmar, moments after you're engulfed in this foul water, you find yourself gagging at it as it's you're gagging as it's going through, and even though you
That tracks.
don't, even though you are only breathing it, within a moment you are instinctively heaving as though you've just swallowed some, and in a moment, because you do that, you have swallowed some, and it just gets worse and worse. And within a very short period of time, you have started throwing up, and it is in the water, and it is rushing. The good news is it is going past you. It is not in front of you, but this is now officially the worst day in Orsi's life, I think.
Oh, he's having a horrible time.
I hope Ossie's not standing in the back and copping all of Dagmar's vom as well as
Breathing puke for a while there. That's awful.
Probably.
But
Morzod
This is
exchanges
awful.
glances with Vidi.
after a few moments, you adjust. You still absolutely hate this, but as you're breathing more and more of this water, it starts to become normal. You notice the foulness of it less and less. And just remind yourself that you're doing this for Providence.
You just lie back and think of Providence.
I think that is where we're going to finish tonight's session.
Can we
Start to
get
get
out
a
of
bit
the
of extra
water?
nasty in.
Gross.
Fantastic.
Well, part of the next map is partly underwater, depending
Oh,
on
okay. So we get to marinade.
it really depends on which entrance you chose. So
chunky one.
we will return next week as our heroes venture into the lair of the amalgam. Yes, they found it. I don't think that's a spoiler
Okay.
at this point.
This is just some other like
Random black dragon sitting
Yeah,
in
red
a
black
hole
dragon.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Hello?
Even a black
you,
dragon, just something big died in there, and
thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.